Now, I think I was 7 years old. And when I was 7 years old, I used to take the bus from an area in Cape Town called Rashied through to Wynberg. And at that stage, to take that bus cost me 20 cents a trip. And I know at one stage I had to take the bus to school, couldn't find the 20 cents, but the bus driver still allowed me to travel. Eventually on my way home, I found the 20 cents and I had this bright idea that instead of giving it back to my parents, I'm going to hold a party for myself. Back in those days, 20 cents bought me a packet of chips. It bought me a packet of popcorn. I had sweets, so it was a party for one man with 20 cents. The point I want to make is that things change. What the position was in the past is not necessarily the position now. In fact, the only constant in life is change itself. And history has shown that those who aren't capable of changing, those who aren't flexible enough to change, die out. Now, it's with this concept of change in mind that the PSA board and the PSA administration, along with its members, has to manage this organization on a daily basis. And I think we've done an excellent job, especially in this bad economy that we are facing today, where the majority of the other unions has seen a drastic decrease in membership. The PSA, however, has been able to maintain a solid foundation in terms of keeping existing members and ensuring that there's growth. And I think key to our survival thus far, amongst other things, was that we are non-politically aligned. While other unions fight about politics, we concentrate on the core issues in ensuring that we look after members' interests and their rights. Other thing that we were concentrating on is to ensure that in our fight for members' rights, we don't compromise on issues such as ethics and morality. I think that's one thing that sets us apart, and we can see how disciplined our members are, even in industrial action. When other people are damaging property, endangering people's lives, PSA members have shown the discipline that they don't participate in those type of activities. Now, the PSA has transformed quite a bit. We can see that in our administration, we can see that in our members, and there's a huge amount of changes that is already taking place, and even more to come. We can see the changes that has taken place as a result of the wishes of the members in terms of structures such as the position of people who's currently gone on pension. We've seen changes taking place in the administration in the sense that certain people are going on retirement, certain people have been appointed in permanent positions, new blood is coming in to take this organization forward. However, there's still one thing lacking. In this whole idea of taking this organization forward, we have to do some introspection as well. Instead of just us looking out there and saying, we've got to fix this, we've got to fix that. Sometimes we have to look in the mirror as well and say that, look, I have to identify some of the weaknesses that I have, and we can start working on those kind of things. Now, all these changes speak to something that our members have been requesting for quite some time. An organization that is lean, an organization that is mean, an organization that is there to ensure that the limited resources that we do have is channeled to the proper structures to ensure that we have excellent service delivery. So, at one or the other stage, we might have to look at how we structure some of our existing structures. We might have to look at making certain changes along not only finances, but demographics and various other issues that we might have to look at. And obviously, we will look to the members to guide us here, to say that these are the things that we must look at if we're looking at restructuring, instead of just restructuring for the sake of restructuring. Right? Now, I have talked about this for quite some time, for many years. And it's not that I don't have something new to talk about, but this is key to what we as an organization have certain challenges right now. I've read a Facebook post the other day of one of our members from the administration, and he quoted a particular revolutionary. He said about this particular revolutionary, what this revolutionary had to say was that key to any revolutionary is to ensure that you educate yourself. Education is the key. And we can mention numerous examples, even in our Honorable, the late Madiba, where he also indicated that the best way to change the world is to educate yourself. This having been said, keeping in mind that you just come from elections, keeping in mind that there's more elections to go, and I'm not just talking about elections to the board of directors, but all elections. And I speak to myself first. That we have to break away from the mentality that we just elect comrades. In fact, a true comrade is one that associates him or herself with individuals that has the competencies, individuals that has the skills to take this organization forward and ensure that we live in prosperity. Now, if I had said anything wrong to anybody, I wish to apologize. However, I can guarantee you the following, that first of all, I think even before that, I can't necessarily guarantee you that whether I have a degree, whether I have 2 degrees, or even more than that I'm going to be making the right decisions all the time. I can, however, guarantee you that all the decisions that I make, in conjunction with my colleagues, obviously, is in good faith. Is there to ensure that we act in the best interest of this organization. That is where the challenge comes in of competent comrades. But we've got to start dissecting what people are telling us. We've got to start looking at their competencies. It's insufficient that we criticize an organization or portions of the organization, yet we are the people that elected those people into power. We complain about finances, but if we look at people with competencies in finances to take up certain positions, we've got to pose all these particular questions. So I urge you, please, when you elect your leaders, make sure you elect them based on competencies. You elect them based on skills. You elect them based on the potential that they have to take this organization forward. That having been said, I want to thank the administration. And I want to thank the chairpersons and the provincial managers in this province that ensure that proper guidelines is laid down to ensure that this particular province, in line with various other provinces, all the other provinces for that matter, can take this organization forward. We have good leadership. We will capacitate them and we will build on it. And like I indicated, I can guarantee you there's major changes on the horizon. We need your support. We need your input to make sure these changes is effective in our organization, to make sure we go from strength to strength. So I want to thank our members in this particular province. I want to thank our chairpersons. And I want to thank our service providers as well. Soon this organization will reach a major milestone. We'll reach our centenary, 100 years old. That having been said, there's lots of work ahead. There's lots of serious debates that we have to engage in. In fact, this forum is one of those forums where you get to meet everybody, where you get to discuss certain topics, where you get to engage with others on an informal level, so that you can have an idea of if there's something wrong, how are we going to fix it? If there's something right, how are we going to capitalize on that we're doing right? So thank you very much. I hope the debates that we'll have today and the engagements that we'll have in will be extremely fruitful. So thank you very much.